Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's back. It's Craig back with Doc Sports, Doc's Daily. Are you kidding me? Wednesday, May 21st. I mean, we're 10 days to June, and we're less than 30 days counting down to my 50th birthday. So I don't know if I'm not in a rush to get to June. Let's just say that. So
welcome to the club.
Yeah. Well, hope everybody had a good winning day yesterday. The NHL game super disappointing, Nick. The NBA game looked like it was going to be a good game, and then the Thunder pulled away. Nick, is that series? They're in trouble, right? They lost game one. Florida is the better team. The only advantage I thought they had was home ice. What do you think there?
Yeah, I mean, Florida was just a much better team. In Carolina at home, you would think that, they would come out and win game one, but that was what everybody was expecting. Even the public's eyes was all over Carolina in that one. And just Florida, their physicality and the way they get after guys, especially on the boards in the neutral zone, really impressed me. And they continue to do it in the playoffs. And they had game seven, game one, didn't slow them down whatsoever. I thought Florida played absolutely phenomenal, and you got to tip your cap off to them. And now Carolina is a must-win game in my eyes here. The next one at home, they got to win that one.
Yeah, Ralph, NBA, I thought maybe they could make a series of it. Maybe Thunder would have a letdown, and if they won game one, I think they're in big trouble. There's got to be huge liability on Oklahoma City Thunder, right?
Yeah, they got some buyback. I think a lot of Minnesota action came in on this series, especially in game one, because this one opened up at 7.5 and then quickly moved to 7. I was a little bit shocked it didn't come off of 7, just the amount of money I saw coming in on Minnesota yesterday. But everyone thought it was going to be an Ant-Man party, welcome back party, and stuff like that. Where was he at yesterday? He was nowhere to be found, and I'm so glad it was a double-digit win, because how many times do we hear, the double-digit games are over now in the NBA? We're going to get some great play. What a dud that was. I mean, Minnesota was nowhere. They shot the three ball poorly.
Yeah, Thunder played terrible the first half. Minnesota should have been up double digits first half. I knew when they weren't, that was in big trouble. All right, but let's take care of business here before we get into the free picks. Don't forget, get that free $60 account for all new customers. You can try us out for our top plays. Go to docsports.com/free60. Get in on it. And that's good for any new customer. Of course, you're an existing customer. Just go to the grid. I didn't see a ton of top plays. I do have a 6-unit top play in the NBA. I saw it was the only top play today in the NBA. Ralph, what do you have? Any top plays today?
I just got a 5-1 on baseball. I mean, I really wanted to pull the trigger on something different on this game, but the number moved overnight. I was a little bit shocked on the line movement, so it kind of made me look like a girl and step backwards and say, hey, I'll just stick with a 5-unit play. But hopefully continue having success with baseball. It's even a nice winning season so far.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think baseball's been tough for me. I've just not been great. That's just honest truth. They haven't been great. And the NHL and NBA has been carrying me. I'm a little upset that we don't have that much time left of the NBA and NHL. Nick, what do you have? Any top plays today?
Yeah, I got actually a 6-unit going off tonight in that hockey game with the Edmonton and Dallas Stars. Yesterday was a really good day. 2 top plays, 7-unit prop that hit on the over and strikeouts. He had 5 strikeouts there. And then the Cubbies, they got the job done. I had a 6-unit on them. So baseball's heating up. We started off slow, but we're coming back here on the baseball diamond. Got a 2-pack, but my big play is in the NHL tonight in that one game on a side, Craig.
Griff, anything top play BPA level tonight?
No top plays today, Craig. Yesterday I had a 7-unit in daily props. I went 3-0 on my prop cards, including that 7-unit winner. I had Julius Randle over 19.5 points scored, which he cashed in the first half. MLB yesterday, I did go 1-2. Not happy about it. Bounce back day today. I have 2 plays on deck. One of those plays is getting ready to pitch off here in about 20 minutes. 3 units in total on the MLB diamond. Have a 4-unit player prop today. I'm on the NBA game as well tonight, and I have a 4-unit on the ice tonight, Craig.
So just for you guys that know, you can use that free $60 account, and just because we don't have something up on the BPA board for a sport doesn't mean we don't have a play on that. That just lists the 5, 6, 7, and 8-unit plays up there. So say Griffin has a 4-unit play and say NHL tonight. You just won't see that in BPA, but if you purchase it, if you go down to the grid to purchase the NHL for him, you will see it if he has a play. And of course, he doesn't have a play; it just extends. So if you buy a 7-day pass, it extends it. Buy a 1-day pass, it extends it until you get 7 days. All right, let's talk Major League Baseball. Before we do so, don't forget about the Premium and Premium Plus. This is where you can get a sample of our best plays here at YouTube. $49.99 for a month. You'll get Indian Cowboys level 1 included in that, plus 3 Docs expert plays daily. And just for a sample today, one of those premium plays for today is in the WNBA wings plus 12 3-unit plays. So go get the other 2 plays plus IC's level. Go over to click the link in the description. Let's talk Major League Baseball, though. Ralph, let's kick us off here. Bunch of early games, so it doesn't leave a ton for you guys that are maybe watching this later. What do you like here?
Well, there's some good value still in the late games because you know who's playing today? The Colorado Rockies. They suck. I am taking the Philadelphia Phillies minus 2.5. Why is the juice only 3 nickels? It was minus 125 on Monday. It was minus 126 yesterday. So why is it only minus 115? I don't care if it's minus 2.5. I'll take the 3.5. I'll take the 4.5. I'll take the 5.5 because they're playing the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies' last 12 losses, 9 of them have been covered by the minus 2.5. They suck right now. I just don't understand this line. I can guarantee you one of these days the Colorado Rockies will be a minus $5 underdog on this game. The highest we've ever seen was I think it was 1998. A minus 530 was the highest baseball play has been. I think they surpass this. I think someone's going to be like a minus 550 playing the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, if they play, say, the Yankees and Fried or, one of the big pitchers that's ERA is really good, I could definitely.
And Kyle Freeland's on the mound.
Yeah, Kyle Freeland, although he was pretty good on Monday in the opening game.
But they didn't cover it, but they lost, and they covered
it. Was 3-1 in the 7th or 3-1 in the 8th, and they end up losing 9-3. So, I mean, it just tells you how bad they have been, and I don't think it gets a lot better anytime soon. Like, you can't tell me that with that lineup that doesn't score runs, it's going to get better. All right, Nick, what do you have? We'll go to Griffin.
Yeah, let's look at an early one. This game actually starts in 2 minutes, so I'm going to rapid fire this one. You got the Houston Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays here. This is going to be a rubber match as both of these teams have won a game here in the series. The Houston Astros will have Hunter Brown back on the mound here. He's 6-2 in his last outing, though. He went 8 innings of work, 3 hits in 1 earned run, and still got that loss against the Texas Rangers. Bradley will be on the mound here for the Tampa Bay Rays. He's 3-3 his last outing. He also got the loss against the Miami Marlins, going 4 innings of work, 6 hits, and 5 earned runs. Bradley gives up a lot of runs. While you look at both offenses on the statistic side, they're pretty evened out. But I trust this Houston Astros team to get it done with Hunter Brown. I think he's a really good pitcher. He's got a great fastball, curveball, changeup mix. And I think the hitters come out against Bradley and take a beating on him today. So I would hit that run line with the Houston Astros with plus money today over the Tampa Bay Rays. That game actually is starting here in about a minute, Craig.
Yeah, there's an early play for you. So you can in-game it even if you're just missing it. But, Nick, when we talk about the Astros, like, I still think they're, like, right at 500. I think that's where they're going to finish this year. I just think, I mean, it's probably the best, most consistent team for the last decade, but you can't continue to lose top talent. You know what I mean? Like, they haven't re-signed those guys. Some of those guys are some of the best players on other teams. It looked like they were going to this road was going to never stop, but it kind of looks like maybe this year. What is your opinion on the Astros? Are you a buyer or seller as far as like over or underrated right now?
I wouldn't say I'm a buyer. I think they have a solid team. Obviously, we'll see. Obviously, when it gets to the All-Star break and the trade deadline, what they could use is definitely a couple more bullpen arms. I think they have good enough starters, maybe an additional starter, but they have good enough position players to get the job done in that division. Yeah, they're not winning consecutive games, but we still have a long season. During the trade deadline, getting closer to the trade deadline, I would look for a couple bullpen arms. Definitely being buyers. I want to toss the season and start selling all these players. I think they have good talent. It's just a little too early in the season. We'll see how it goes. Add a couple more bullpen arms, but I wouldn't hit the panic button on these Houston Astros right now.
It'll be interesting who buys and who sells. And they're one of those teams that's in the middle. They're not usually buyers. They're kind of like a build from within type organization. So it'll be interesting if they mortgage some of that talent they have in the minor leagues to kind of maybe keep this window open a little more, or if they say, hey, you know what? Like that, it'll be interesting because the typical guys, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Yankees, the big name teams that are willing to put up the big money and will mortgage their future because they know they could just buy it. They're going to be buyers, but some of these, there's so many teams that are about 500 right now. So between now and the trade deadline, it'd be interesting. Griffin, we're less than 10 days from June. We're 10 days from June now. This is the time we start to make the move, I always say in baseball, because early in the year, so much weird stuff can happen. We start to see the algorithms and everything. The numbers start to, as they say, hit to the back of the baseball. What do you like for today?
I actually have an interesting one here, and I'm probably going to get some crap for this one. We've got the Mariners minus 150 on the money line playing my White Sox today. And Shane Smith gets to start for the White Sox. He's got 48.1 innings of work, a 1.14 whip, 43 strikeouts, and just 16 walks. This guy is actually dominant, and he is by far the best arm in this rotation. Logan Evans gets to start for Seattle in this matchup. Sitting with that line at minus 150, that's an initiative trap line. That's a parlay chopper in my eyes when I look at this game. Logan Evans, he's 2-1 on the year getting the start for Seattle. He only has 21 innings of work. He's got 14 strikeouts and a high 8 walk count, which is definitely a liability in my eyes. The Mariners are not playing good baseball right now. They're just 5-5 in their last 10 games. Chicago took yesterday's matchup in a 1-0 final. I know Chicago is definitely no threat whatsoever, but with Shane Smith on the bump, I think there's a lot of value here first 5 innings. Don't back the Sox to win this game. Don't let them get to that bullpen, but I think you take the Sox first 5 here. That's some plus value. That's a good play for me here, Craig.
You imagine, look at his last 5 starts. He hasn't allowed more than 2 runs, right? And they've won one of those games. That just tells you how bad the bullpen is, how little run support he's been getting. He's got to be like, what else do I have to do to get a win here? But hey,
a couple long balls. Vargas and Luis Roberts. Somebody's got to hit the long ball.
Hey, Nick. Last time he started, didn't he lose to the Cubs?
Cubbies. Yes, he did.
Just wanted to make sure. I didn't know.
Sounds like a bunch of Cubs fans here.
I'm over it, man. I know the Sox suck. I can't even back it. I can't do anything about it. Yeah. I called them the Cubbies yesterday for the first time in my life, which makes me sick.
He's turning. He's turning.
Think about this, though. It's one thing if your team's bad. And believe me, from Cincinnati, we've had some bad teams, especially the Bengals going way back. But it's even worse when your rival's good. Like you're like, hey, if I'm bad, I want them to be bad. I like a little free play action here. I was on the Mets yesterday. I think, Nick, you were too as well, right? And there was a bunch of people I saw on it. I knew we might be in trouble when it was like nobody was on the Red Sox, and the Red Sox have been playing good. Today, Crochet on the mound. I like the Red Sox here, minus 140. I don't know what's wrong with this Mets lineup, but when your manager has to come out and say, hey, we're going to have a talk with our big free agent, how he's going to have to run out balls. Soto could be part of the problem behind the scenes here. That is not a positive when you have to come out, when you have to address it. You know what I mean? It's one thing if you say it and no one, but you have to address it and come out in the media. To me, I think that's a problem. I'm going to take the Red Sox here. Small number on, Crochet and what he's been really good this year, 2.0 ERA. And the Mets just they're just 12-15 on the road. So as good as they are, 29-20 overall on the road's been where they've struggled. So let's see if that continues tonight and take the Red Sox.
I like how Soto's family his family's the one that wanted to go to Mets. He wanted to stay a Yankee. So I guess we know who runs the pants in that household.
You imagine him like, sorry, I want to go to the Yankees. They're like, you're going to the Mets. And then like they were like, oh, well, we're going to pay you and give you a suite for your family. And like when you started to read the negotiations, like what he didn't get a lot more money, but he got a lot of more perks, him and his family. So I guess that kind of swayed them. Nick, let's talk NHL for tonight. I think it's a big game, just as much as last night. I think Edmonton's the better team, but Dallas is slightly favored here, and this is a must-win. Like if they lose this, it's over, right?
It's not over, but I won't go too in-depth on the side here. I'll look at that total. I believe it's sitting at 6.5, while many are going to think that it's going to be a high-scoring game, especially with the Oilers. If you want to take a nice bet, take the Dallas Stars first period money line, because the Oilers, I think, just 2 games in this whole playoffs have had the lead, or if not tied. They've been awful in the first period. I expect nothing to change in this one. Dallas will have their home fans. They'll step up to the occasion, be very aggressive in the first, but watch out for these Oilers as they have come back in almost every single game in the playoffs. They're relentless here. I like the under in this game, though, at 6.5. I think we're going to see some good defense in this one tonight, Craig. That's all I'll say on this game.
I have been riding the Oilers. You bet against them in the first period, wait till they're down, then you bet them in game, and you get them at plus, like, instead of plus 110 today, once they go down 1 run, Ralph, what are we going to get that? Plus 150, plus 140, something like that?
Well, maybe more because they don't play runs; they play pucks and hockey. But so you get the plus.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
you're probably around.
I was
around
waiting
there.
for that.
So that's the way to play them, right, Nick? If you like the Oilers, don't play them for the game. Just wait. Just wait, because now instead of because they're going to be down 1 run or one goal. It's happened in pretty much every freaking game they've gotten down early. Some of them they've gotten down 2 or 3 and still came back. So even in game 1 of the initial series, I think they were down 2-0 or 3-0 in the first. Came back and had a chance to win it. It was lost 6-5 in that opener way back when. So any opinions on this as far as Griffin or Ralph on the NHL game for tonight?
I mean, truthfully, I hate talking about these games considering there's only one game and we're basically giving out our premium. I said it on the show yesterday, and I'm going to say it again. Yesterday, I said if you like Carolina, take the under, and if you like Florida, take the over. Yeah. This is the same type of situation again with Dallas. If you like Dallas, take the under. If you like Edmonton, take the over 6.5. It's pretty straightforward. This has been a very consistent trend, and it's kind of become pretty blatantly obvious of where to go with these totals based on who you like on a side.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas has got to be getting some love here, right, Ralph? Because as Nick said, or Griffin said, the correlated parlays have pretty come true for the NHL playoffs the last few rounds.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably looking for an over game, just like last night they were looking for an under game because all the money came in late on a total going over. This one's kind of weird. Only a couple of shops have 6.5, and you have to lay the juice at either -123 or -125. If you lay 6, you can still get plus money on both sides if you shop around. So it's kind of interesting. And that one, I don't mind mentioning my premium play because who cares? There's only one game. How are you going to slip and not just say it? I like the under in this night's game. So there's one game being played. I think defense is going to be key. Last night, we saw offense, especially in the second period and on. Yeah, they play periods, not innings. Craig, just want to make sure you knew that. So I would make sure you look at that one. But I would say the innings, I would say the under is probably the best bet.
Yeah, I mean, this is a contrarian play. I think everybody's thinking that Edmonton's all these games have gone over. I don't know. I think this is a really better series than what people think. I think Oilers are taking a lot of money, right, Ralph? That's where all the money, future money's coming in for not only to win the championship, win the Stanley Cup, to win this series.
Panthers has the most betting action started right now, especially after last night's win. Then Edmonton's second.
They're the favorite now since they're up 1-0.
Yeah. But
I think it was even right before that game with them and Edmonton were plus 240. I think I saw it.
There was a couple books that maybe had Florida that just tell me they were probably in depth with Florida coming into the playoffs. And they were just trying to get some money back.
Nick, what was the last time we've seen back-to-back? It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Pittsburgh?
Ooh, probably.
Was it Pittsburgh? Way back. That's late 90s,
yeah,
right?
It had been Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yager and all those guys. That was
Penguins. It's the Penguins, Craig, too, not the Pirates. It's the Penguins.
I meant the Penguins. Yeah.
Rip apart Craig Day.
Man, I've had a rough. I took yesterday off, and and it's raining today.
It shows.
It's raining today. I'm like foggy in the brain. You would have thought I went out to the the talking stick or the walking stick?
Talking stick.
You'd have think I was the one that was at the casino at the walking stick last night.
I'll be there in 2 weeks.
The walking stick?
Yeah, I'll be out in 2 weeks.
In Arizona?
Yep.
Are you going to get hit with the walking stick too?
Oh, we're going to talking stick, Ralph.
I sometimes go there when my parents are,
I'm allowed back.
Hold up. By the way, it's the Tampa Bay Lightning 20 back-to-back Stanley.
Oh, I forgot the Lightning. I forgot about that.
What year?
Would we lose?
2020, COVID time.
Oh, yeah.
COVID, an asterisk.
COVID.
Yeah,
there's an asterisk. Yeah, it's like the
Lakers,
Lakers,
Listen, I definitely think it was asterisk, especially since LeBron James, my hated rival, won one during then. We do not count any championships during COVID, because if you didn't have fans, you didn't really win it. All right, let's talk the NBA for tonight. This is this is the NBA's dream, to have the New York Knicks relevant and potentially back in the NBA Finals. Ralph, they've got to get every call tonight, right? The NBA, the last thing they want they're going to have a small market team in the West. There's only 2 small market teams left compared to what we're used to. But on the East, they have a chance to not get a small market team. They can get the biggest medium market in the U.S. and get New York. Is the betting markets following what the NBA wants here?
As of right now, yesterday's game, I'm talking about it now at 12:21 Central Standard Time. There's been more betting action yesterday at this time frame on yesterday's game than it was in this game. So I don't know what they're waiting for. This number has been 4.5 for almost 24 hours, pretty much right across the board. We've seen no line move. The total we've seen is high go up to 224.5. Pretty much more shops have 223, 222.5. So it's going to be very interesting if we see anything drastically move on a number. I don't. I think we're going to see another choke job. I like the Pacers game 1 on this one. So here's another premium play, people. I like the Pacers plus 4.5. I don't care. It's the last. There's one game on the show. I like Pacers. I think the choke job happens on this one. And I think the NBA and the media probably really happy that the Timberwolves lost by double digits. Because can you imagine what the ratings would be if the Timberwolves Pacers were in the NBA Finals?
Oh. Yeah, plus 8,500 on the Pacers. To win the championship. If you like the Pacers tonight, is that a somewhat of a little bit of a lean on the future there?
I do, because that's a nice hedge ticket because they're going to be underdogs no matter if it's the T-Wolves or OKC. I actually like the Pacers on the series price as well. So I like the Indiana as well. Let's face it, New York Knicks, they won games 1 and 2 against Boston, but they had to come back from double digits from both games. It's not like they dominated the Celtics from start and finish. I mean, I just not 100% so. I think Indiana's deeper, and I think they're going to be a problem.
Don't you think the one worry, and we've seen the last round and this round, really OKC looked like they were going to fall trap to it. The teams with rest have struggled. Teams with rest, Minnesota was a team with rest, ended up struggling late in that game. So Oklahoma City kept that trend going. But remember, the first 2 series, last series, all the teams with rest. The Pacers beat the Cavs. The Knicks beat the Celtics. The Warriors beat the Timberwolves. And then what am I missing? Oh, the Nuggets beat the Thunder. So is that any worry tonight? Because the team with more rest is for sure the Pacers, Ralph.
Yes and no. I just think, I did a show earlier today, and I was asking, name me a Nick moment a Knicks player had at MSG. If you think of the famous ones, we think of Indiana, we think of Reggie Miller. We think of the guy from Atlanta, Trae Young doing this on the court. We think of LeBron's big games. We think of Jordan showing Patrick Ewing his junk when he dunked over him. Name me a Nick guy that had a Nick moment in a big game. I can't think of one. Allen Houston, just got hot. John Stark didn't have a really big Nick moment. I just don't see a Nick moment happening. I still like the Pacers. I don't care about the rest.
Yeah, I've got a 6-unit play on this one tonight, so on the side. But I like the total under. I think the rust is going to be a factor for the Pacers. I think they'll struggle to shoot early, and the Knicks are hot or cold from the 3-point line. I just worry after a pretty grueling series, even though they beat the Celtics in 6. It was pretty grueling. Like you said, they had to play. They're only playing 7 guys. They had to play extended minutes on many of those games with their the big Villanova 3, as they call them. So to me, I think that could be a problem. I think the under is the play as far as the total. Nick, what do you think in this game?
Yeah, I'm backing up what Ralph said. I mean, you look at this Indiana Pacers team and what they did all playoffs, and especially beating the Cavs on their home court, shocked a lot of people. Now they got to play with the same energy rolling into the Garden here. A very tough place to obviously play, but we're dealing with the New York Knicks, a team that can't get over that hump, just like those Toronto Maple Leafs here. But now they're in the Eastern Conference Finals, but they've been down in series like Ralph talked about. This Indiana Pacers team is not going to allow them to come back down 20 in multiple games. I think this Indiana Pacers team is fast paced and will run up the score on these New York Knicks here. And the Knicks are going to, it's going to be a little too late for them to come back in this game. I like the Indiana Pacers. You want to sprinkle that on the money line, go ahead and do so. I'm all over the Pacers here in game number 1. I think they're a much better team, much faster, and much stronger, especially on the boards here tonight, Craig.
Yeah, the Pacers depth versus the Knicks, like big 5, 6, basically. They play 6 guys basically most of the minutes, maybe 7. But the Pacers, they don't mind. They can go 9, 10 deep because why? They pressed the entire game. They just wore Cleveland down in those games and in the series. And they did that to the Knicks. Remember, they beat them in 6 or was it 7 last year? in the
Six,
go to the phone. I think it was 6, right? Griffin, what do you like here?
I'm with you, Craig, on the total. I think this game goes under. I'm looking at this game from a psychological concept. And the last I looked, it was about 72% of the money was on Indiana. Everybody's pounding Indiana in tonight's matchup. And I look at this because Indiana, they had the much more shocking victory. I mean, they absolutely torched Cleveland, which showed a lot of dominance. It showed a lot of talent. We've seen a lot of things out of Haliburton, Sakayam. They all looked very good. There was a lot of conversation in that. Obviously, the Knicks just took out Boston, which was huge. Tatum did go down in that series. So I'm looking at this game. All the public money's on Indiana in this matchup. So for Indiana to win this game, the anticipation is always, we know how they play. They move at a very fast tempo, and they score a lot of points. I'm reverse flipping this game. I believe this goes under. I think Indiana comes off the gates a little bit slower tonight, a little sluggish. I'm not saying that I'm not backing Indiana to cover the spread in this game, but at the same time, I don't think we're going to see a lot of points scored in this matchup based on a psychological concept, as well as the amount of money that's been put on the Pacers in this game. Give me the under. I would expect everybody's going to be on the over in this game, just dying on the factor of Indiana's got to score points to win this game. That's what they do. That's how they win games. They run a very fast tempo up and down the court. They're speedy. Give me the under here. I'm on the reverse flip with this one, Craig.
Ralph, where's the is there any liability here for the series? I'm guessing the books probably are taking the Knicks money. They got to be the big public favorite.
Yeah, I think last time I checked, it was a medium win for the books on the Knicks. But when you look at the money coming into this game, be very careful when you look at 73% and stuff like that, because the books told me this morning, everyone has been the Pacers. They're not taking the +4.5. They're taking a money line. They're like, hey, I don't want the +4.5. We're going to steal game one. So it can be kind of misleading when you see that. Yeah, money's coming in on the Knicks, especially on their money line, because you're getting a short price on the Knicks money line because everyone's pounding the Pacers money line. So you're getting a mispriced money line on the Knicks as well.
Yeah. So what he's saying is for a 4.5 point favorite, it's like -180, right? Ish.
Yeah.
And that should really be usually on a normal case it'd be like what, -200 about there. So what he's saying is you're getting the mispriced because everybody thinks that if the Pacers cover, they actually win the game. So when you see that, that's kind of what we call a public favorite or a public underdog. Sorry, a public underdog is what this Indiana Pacers tonight. A lot of people are on the Pacers, not only just money line, but they're on them against the spread as well. So I'm guessing for once the books might be rooting for the Knicks, right?
Oh yeah, I mean they were rooting for the books because let's face it, if the Knicks lose this game, not that many people are really going to bet the Pacers if they're NBA Finals. If you want great ticket counts, you want a lot of money, you're looking for a big market in there for the Knicks. So, yeah, I totally agree that the books probably want the Knicks. The series prices, player prop bets. What about you, Frodo?
Wait, what the hell am I reading right now? Griff looks like Frodo with the gates to Mordor behind him. I just gave you a pick. I just gave you the under.
He said your background.
What are you talking about?
He's saying your background looks like Lord of the Rings.
Oh, well, it's not even my house. I'm in Arizona. Give me a break. Are you kidding me?
He barely made it home from the talkie stick, whatever it's called. He just pulled in before the show started, so he didn't have time to get out of the Frodo.
He hasn't slept yet.
Hey, Griffin, Nick doesn't look nearly as tough. Did he not go out with you last night?
I did, but I called it quick.
I called him in early.
He saved me. That's why. That's good. That's good.
Hey, that's Nick. What's the odds, Ralph, that Nick gets married over under a year?
Oh, I would say he ain't getting married in a year. No way.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm never getting married. I'm gonna be single.
You're a lost hope.
No, here's what happens. Griffin,
way to have a kid before you would be married.
Griffin is the one that comes from like he'll just show up one night. We're out in Vegas, and he'll just be like he'll pull like the Hangover. I got married last night to a call girl or stripper or something.
We've had close calls, Craig.
Oh boy!
All right, so that's what we have for today. Don't forget, we're here every day, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So hit that like and subscribe. Put in the comments what you like, and don't forget, get in on our top plays. Go to docsports.com/free60. That is for new customers. Get you a free $60 account. But if you're an existing user, go in tonight. I got a 6-unit NBA. Nick, you said 6-unit NHL, and Ralph, you said you have a 5-unit
baseball.
MLB.
Yeah, baseball.
And Griff, what did you have?
I have a 4-unit NBA, 4-unit NHL, player prop 4 unit, and then 2 packs on the MLB Diamond tonight.
There you go. So get on whatever sport you're looking for. We got you covered for tonight. Go over to docsports.com. Look at the grid. All right, guys, have a great day. Hope all your bets are winning ones, and see you again tomorrow.